of here. Ana's got a TP available. He's into the trees. He's going to show himself in the lane, though. They're going to continue to head over. They are going to see Seb make it out in time. They don't have a stun. Ana, can he get out as well? He can. OG will avoid that rotation from PSG LGD.
FY is just so obnoxious there, following Seb for over a minute, just stalking him, trying to have his team come over.
So that's about, a minute without Aegis being used for LGD. They have 2 minutes left, I would say, to capitalize on this Aegis. Oh man, looks like he is leveling the PL.
Pretty much back to a 50-50. PSG LGD 2-1 up at the moment in this best of 5 grand finals. 1 game needed to secure the championship title. And at this point, they are ahead here in game 4.
N0tail hasn't had time to gather a full army of Ancient Creeks. Right now, he just has the Ancient Black Dragon. You really want those other auras when you're at a big disadvantage in these team fights already.
Yeah, it's tough though, because Jerax doesn't want to be following around his Chen, giving him the Aghanim, so. As Thompson, see, he does have a Lincoln Sphere picked up, and they should have the BKB finished on Seb too. So that'll give him a little bit easier time to get those Blink calls as he's been suffering to do so in the last few fights. And Somnus, I have Scotty picked up, about to be level 25 as well.
Yeah, they just need a couple more minutes on the side of OG before they're ready to fight. Wait for the Aegis to expire.
Seb, he's in, gets the call, the character's going to get FY, there with the snowball save. He's going to be fine, and now they turn to look towards the axe. The taunt's going to be out. Seb goes for the TP. They've got the stun to cancel them. Seb held back for now. Thompson trying to offer his best from the side to provide some sort of safety, as he will get Seb back. They're able to get Seb back to safety, and Thompson, he's running away. Xnova's there with the wraparound, gets the slow off, gives the vision for the snowball. TP from N0tail's coming in towards the stride, but Thompson, he's trapped.
That's twice in this series that Xnova just comes out of nowhere. Like, he's just on a warding expedition, then he just ends up wrapping behind these people constantly.
Perfect time.
Perfect timing, and has the Senton creep to boot. And look at these deep wards that he's placed during that time that he was running around doing so. He now has full vision of OG. Yeah, he sees Ana farming these Ancients right now.
Oh, Ana. FY just giving so much information for the team. He's got eyes on him. Get the punch on the wrong target, but the snowball pass will catch Ana. Ana, he's in trouble. The blood bright silence connects. He's got the man to back up in a second, but can he really play his way out of this one? He cannot. Ana down for a minute and a half.
Just having all this vision. Xnova throughout this whole tournament has had the best vision in every situation, even when you wouldn't expect it. They're just like, oh, they're fighting on the left side. They're not going to have vision over here. But no, Xnova always seems to have those prepared in every situation.
And he has some incredible foresight to be able to have these wards that just lead to really clutch pickoffs. And Axe has not spent his money on BKB. He has the money, but he might be looking to save for buyback.
We'll see if any of the buybacks do get forced out. Thompson's still dead for 15. Ideally, he doesn't buy back it. They may have to buy back on Ana. He's gone for 50 seconds. The split coming out from Chalice. He's ready to push in, look for the stun on N0tail to hold back the Chen as the mid-racks are exposed. PSG LGD, 40 minutes in, able to open into the base and clean out this mid lane of racks. Still Ana holding on to that buyback.
And they're going to keep going here. They really want to force this PL to come back here.
Stun onto Thompson. He will blink dodge it. But another tier 3 tower falling incredibly fast. They really don't want to use it. Seb jumps in, gets the call onto FY. There's the buyback. The Cataclysm isn't enough to do anything. It isn't. PSG LGD still fighting strong. Thompson getting focused by Somnus. Seb taken down by Arme. The triple buyback's now out as Ana in trouble. He's pulled back for this one. The deafening blast onto the 3 of them. Knocks the back, but Ana gets focused. Seb! He's in with the call. He has the control onto the morphing Somnus. Now being chased by Thompson. Blinks in with the cold snap. The PL army's on top of it. They get Somnus too. As OG, they have to expend 3 buybacks, but they hold on to the top rack. Somnus now down for 2 minutes. No buyback available on this Bloodseeker.
Yeah, he's 400 gold short of it. It's up in about 8 seconds. OG, they have to make so much happen here. They have to push out all their lanes. 2 of the side lanes are already gone, but I think trying to get some kills here, like on FY here, would be very ideal.
I mean, look how close the Brew is at 25. I mean,
so close.
With that primal split cooldown.
Oh, Thompson, he sees it FY. He's used the snowball. He turns with the combo FY with the self-fuels, but OG, they've surrounded him. Seb jumps in with the call, the blade mail. FY's gone.
Instant buyback from FY.
Still that scary, scary time for LGD. 75 seconds without Somnus. OG have the full 5-man pushing in all 3 lanes at the same time as they approach LGD's base.
don't even know if I give Ed this team fight. The LGD are the goal, but no blood take up to 60 seconds. This could be disastrous.
He's got a full BKB on Seb as well.
Chalice really wants to hit level 25 before he pops that primal split. So close.
Just got to be careful, Seb. Looking for that blink initiation.
Chalice is stepping back. Grabs, they give him the tome. He needed like 5 experience, and they gave him the tome just to make sure that he gets it anyway. Just playing as safe as possible here.
Looks like OG don't feel that the window is big enough for them to push in whilst this Bloodseeker's still dead. They'll back away.
They can't count. They fought back 3 heroes. They weren't able to get any T3s, and there's no Roshan up yet. Big Daddy No-Tail's praying for a Roche right now so they can get that refresher, but it's not going to be up. And maybe we'll dodge a bullet.
At least they got a good amount of economy off that, right?
Yep.
It was up to a 15k gold advantage, and they chunked it down to 7. Same thing with experience. So they did get quite a lot out of that one, but they ideally wanted to get at least one of those sets of racks to get some momentum pushing in with those 3 buybacks used.
Absolutely, it is this really scary moment of the game now for OG. We're about 5-6 minutes still without those buybacks available. If PSG LGD can find that one team fight, it could be the team fight to win TI in this window of time that they now have presented to themselves.
Ana's gone full in for that butterfly too. As they pick up also an Aeon disc on Jarek, so protected and DD did spawn, however, was killed.
It's also pretty scary for Maybe right now. He only has a 5-second BKB, and he does a lot of damage and will get wrecked by the X-Blade Mail Call if he finds it, especially with his BKB now. There's not that many ways to stop him.
It's just all about FY and Chalice, right? Just either saving or just getting into the midst of the fights and not allowing OG to get the picks.
And the smoke, it's going to be dispelled.
Let's get dispelled.
He's in the trees, they're on the high ground, they've got the vision with the Shiva's covered, Anna's on his way over, they've got the snowball down, there's the Counterblade set, jumps in, he's able to find the call onto Challenge, but Challenge already got the BKB out, the Sunstride's going to be down onto FY, but FY will survive. Seb pots the BKB, he'll try and stand his ground, but Seb, he's going to go down, no buyback on the axe, as Jarex as well, surrounded by PSG LGD, the Eon disc will proc, but they'll fight through it.
He has to buy back immediately.
Look at these creep track by these Force Spirits. On the bottom room, they have no creeps in the mid lane.
Sienna still holding on to that buyback on Jarex. But as Ben said, the creeps aren't here.
It's backdoor. And they breached through it. It's not looking like it right now. Maybe everyone hitting the same one.
That creep cutting isn't enough to hold OG in the game.
You see No-Tail's already running to just, he doesn't care. He's going to throw his life for this. He needs to just keep these creeps out of the base to keep that back door up. He doesn't care if he dies.
Which he certainly will as they get upon him. They find his life. 1 minute now without Seb. Thompson, Anna, and Jarex. The only 3 heroes that can offer their defense during this final minute, this final stand.
Jarex is really trying to hold on to his buyback.
As Chalice split of course up once again. They're finishing off this second set of racks. He's got the Cyclone holding Anna up in the skies. As this rack's on the top lane will fall, the melee rack's gone. PSG LGD playing this carefully. As they'll go down towards the bottom as well. Arme, doppelgangers, he's losing a fair bit of mana into the PL. Still able to shift back into that Morphling if needs be. As OG, they will lose their top racks, but they won't lose the game. PSG LGD are playing it safe. They know how close they are to victory, and they will not throw it away.
And they know that the Roche is probably respawning pretty soon, and it actually is up, so that is that refresher shard. They already have pretty much infinite primal splits up anyway, but they feel very confident here.
They weren't able to deward that ward in the mid lane, so it looks like they are going for a Roche fake out.
Check Anna, he's on top of X-Nova. The Ghost Step's going to get the set. He's in, the call, the MP, the cannibal, but FY's in. He's able to get the save off in time to keep this man alive. But Chalice. Chalice is down, buyback from X-Nova and Chalice. FY with the Invis, Somnus looking to get involved. Pots the BKB to get over the ice roll. They get on top of Seb. Seb's in trouble, Seb's gone. The axe down once again for 90 seconds. As now FY giving them the vision, but they see him. Got the doppelganger to jump away from the snowball over to Thompson, the self-fuels, FY trying to buy time for the rest of LGD to come in, again, up into the air, Arme straight on top of No-Tail, FY will fall, Arme looking towards No-Tail, No-Tail pops the hand of God, but No-Tail beat it down by Arme and Som, there's Chalice, gets the primal split off as Anna, he's been left behind in Thompson, he's got to do something incredible in terms of the combo, can he find the angle, Jarex coming in, keeping Anna alive, Anna with the doppelganger, the deafening blast comes out onto the 2 of them, Anna trying to go in, Next Nova will survive. Jerax back in the combo. Meatball down onto Chalice, but Chalice is so tanky. Pops the Shiva's gone. He's on top of Jerax. Jerax is gone. Anna as well. Can he really fight back against the Summoners? The Next Nova is so low. As the buyback for Jerax comes in, he's healing Anna back up. That buyback could set them up for the kill on Next Nova. The cold snap down onto the Attraction. They find him. He's out of mana. He's starting to shift into the strength, but he's surrounded. OG, can they find them off? They can! OG are still in the game. Arme buys back immediately. But now it's PSG LGD's turn to be without two of their supports. Seb's going to be back up in 8 seconds.
Oh my god, that buyback from Jerax onto that shrine, being able to save Ana, but Ana also toying with them with that doppel. He sent the illusion. They thought that was the real one. They actually couldn't finish him off, even though they got the thirst vision of him for a second.
With the level 25 talent on the doppelganger, it's really hard to kill him.
Seb,
yeah,
he's looking straight for the play. Can he find Somnus? He's hunting Somnus. He's there, Seb. He'll see him. Oh, doesn't get the call though, and now Seb. He'll be ruptured. They're looking at him, but Anna, he's straight in on top of Somnus. Somnus puts the BKB. Anna get with the double gather. They see Cataclysm coming out. And Somnus still alive. Anna will be able to force him away. They've got the hex. They've got the control. They're on top of him. Can they kill him in time? They can. Chalice got for 2 minutes. And Seb, he's finding, looking for Arme. Big Daddy No-Tail gets the penitence out. Only onto the illusion though. Arme able to waveform up to the high ground. As Arme should be fine here.
Thompson's got the ghost, he's got hex up soon too.
Oh, the doppelganger Arme's over the trees. Can he hide his way out of this?
No, back. Real one.
Goes for the waveform. Seb tries for the call, but he's already out of there. Nice play from Arme.
And he buys so much time too for his team there. The Brewmaster was dead for 120 seconds, now only 90.
Still a big window for OG. They're only without Jerax for the same amount of time. And that lead that PSG LGD had, it is going down a little bit. Only 4K, 5K at the moment with these last few fights. Obviously the 25 is now coming out on OG. Thompson's into the pit.
What a timely DD coming out for him too. I don't think they expected to be taken out as fast. He's almost able to solo it with the help of these summons. And that's a reflection shot. There's no way to get this. There's no way LGD can.
Oh, and the Seb level 25 too. That extra Berserker's Call AoE. It catches people out. They don't expect it.
It does not feel like OG are 2x down.
Yeah. The Berserker's Call now is, I mean, the AoE is really massive now when you have that talent.
It's so hard to play against. Can PSG LGD do it? They've got the Basher now for Somnus. For just a 2K lead with those last big comeback plays from OG. Still 30 seconds without Chalice.
Double hex coming out now. Thompson and these 5-second BKBs. Yeah, I mean, they were rushing with their BKBs.
He's spotted out.
Got the vision. They're on top of him. Thompson, he's in trouble. The Nullify comes out, but he got the Ghost Walk off as well as the Hex in time. Now, Somnus turns out the blood runs down. Thompson! He's dead for 100. Has got the buyback available. PSG LGD will certainly look to force it out of them.
FY just what a shadow blade. As soon as they split up, he finds the perfect opportunity there on Thompson.
You got to be careful going out on the map when FY's alive. There's every chance in the world that he's going to be watching you from the trees.
And at this point, I think for Ame, it's actually going to be very worth it for him to actually just try and burn all the mana from the Phantom Lancer so he can't doppelganger all the time. That's causing huge issues in the team fights. And I see that Chalice is using his Dispel Magic every single cooldown on these Phantom Lancer illusions, but there's still way too many that are causing havoc in these team fights.
It's too constant. Like that doppel cooldown being 3 seconds just allows him to always be able to play around a little bit around the brew. They don't really have like this crazy AoE when you look at LGD's lineup to just clear out those illusions. It's really a lot based off them just trickling them down slowly with like the Shivas and the Radiants and knowing exactly which one it is.
Yep, he doesn't have the crit talent, but now he does have crit from that Bloodthorn coming out.
It's a lot of damage that Anna can offer to the fights now.
And Brewmaster without BKB, very vulnerable. Cold Snap, Bloodthorn, Berserker's Call. There's a lot of ways that they can prevent him from getting that ult.
He just commits it from the back, just to be careful.
Make sure that he can get it off and get some damage in onto the tier 3s. Anna's going to start to try and fight against these Primal Split Brewlings. He'll be able to find one of them. He has been silenced. He'll take down the Wind Panda 2 as well by the looks of it. There's only the Earth Panda prevails. Seb jumps and he gets the call onto the Panda, popping the BKB as well, so they won't kill the Brewlings off. They do force PSG LGD away long enough that Thompson does not have to expend his buyback. It's Thompson back in the game.
But then they're utilizing the PL very well too by replicating him and sending illusions to get some extra damage on the tower. It's just one Rax left that's holding LGD away from Mega Creeps.
And they're straight out. They're ready with the aggressive play, OG. Thompson, can he find a catch? He's close to having vision onto X-Nova.
Should be able to find X-Nova. He is stalking him. He got sights of him for a second. He was a bit far away though.
Oh, the tornado. It's got him. Thompson drops the combo down upon him. The stun comes out though. Oh, the counterplay. Jax is there though with the heal, the tether. Keeping Thompson alive with the Abyssal Blade down. Candace here with the hand of God comes through. Thompson still alive, but Chalice gets the primal spin out. He's been stunned. Thompson, the cheese, he's fine. Thompson, he goes down. They get the kill onto the Evoker. No tail. Being chased by Arme. The bash is coming through, but the blade mail was already out from Seb. He tries to get the call off. The bash of the Cataclysm isn't enough to find the kills. Anna leading forward. The Bloodthorn onto FY. Gets the kill onto FY. FY bites back straight away. Anna looking more Somnus again. The doppelganger. Arme on top of Thompson. Thompson being saved by Jax. Jax with the tether. Arme turns into General General. There's the call. Seb, he catches Arme.
5 seconds
Arme
remaining.
dead for 2 minutes. The hack. They've got Somnus as well.
Dire team back.
Oh, gee. Double kill for Seb. The clutch buybacks coming into play. Nobody has a buyback available right now. As OG stand with 5
Radiant
alive on the
team
map.
back.
100 seconds without the Morphling.
Dire team back.
I mean, this doppel talent is just destroying LGD. They have no way to actually find Ana. Like Ben said.
Radiant team back. Dire team back.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are here for our second series of the night between CDEC and Sparking Arrow Gaming. Bo3 Fine joining you on. We have a brand new series and 2 brand new teams up against each other, sir. How are you feeling right now?
For their groups are actually on top. They've won both their series. They've only lost 1 game in those series, so they're looking quite good for their groups. And SAG, unfortunately, have dropped both of their series, so that just puts them dead last in the lower half. And even if they do scrape a win here, it's not going to change their standing. So they're still going to be in the bottom half. That does mean that is the end of the road for them. And unfortunately, that does mean there's really not much stakes. You know, they would like to maintain that undefeated streak to stay in the first slot, just for better seeding. So it is still important for CDEC, and we'll see whether or not SAG can show up and perhaps win their first series today.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's not really much to play off. They're not. It's all trying to get you wins under the belt. Trying to finish on a high note. You know, you don't want to really exit the tournament knowing you didn't really win at all. So we'll see if they can do it up against CDEC. Though I've got to say, John, we have been casting quite a bit of CDEC over the past couple of days, and they have looked very, very strong.
Dire team
Unbeatable. So
yes.
We'll see how it all pans out, I suppose.
Yeah, they've been really consistent. I think the one matchup where it looked a bit shaky was against eHome, but eHome is eHome. You know, they're probably one of the top teams in the region right now. So the fact that CDEC even took out that series is great already. And we do see the opening of SAG. They've opted for the Pangolier. A solid pick we've seen multiple times. Great team fight, great laning presence, great wave clear with the Swashbuckle, and it can be hard to deal with in the right lineup. So we'll see whether or not SAG does look for a team fight to build off of that. The Mars is they wanted to go with that option. It is quite potent if you do manage to whack them around the arena. We'll see if SAG does invest in heavier team fight for that. CDEC though, they managed to grab that first pick, Grimstroke. They don't have the Ember on hand, they banned that themselves, but we have seen Grimstrokes just be really effective from laning, and with the right heroes, the Soulbind can be fantastic. Also, direct counter for Pangolier.
Yeah, it's the classic Pangolier into Grimstroke. It's not a great time. Every time you use Rolling Thunder, Soulbind, and suddenly you're stuck. It's pretty obnoxious to watch, actually. You don't even have to latch onto anyone to get stuck. You just tend to get stuck. And it can work against you very rarely if you are the Grimstroke. Like, sometimes they do manage to be in the right position when you get the Soulbind off and they just perma-bash someone. But 99% of the time that does not work out, and you tend to just roll on the spot. Still, we'll see the Queen out from CDEC, and Sparking Arrow again, they do go for that very, very high priority DK pick. So we've seen this match as well with Queen of Pain DK in the mid lane. DK just doesn't care about the co-op damage, especially once you hit the level 3, level 4 mark. You just level 2 Dragon Blood, suddenly you just don't mind anymore.
Yeah, and we actually saw that matchup like yesterday in CDEC's last series. XM was on the Queen of Pain, and he was laning up against Emo's DK, so it looks like we will be seeing XM on that Queen of Pain once more, up against potentially the DK. As you mentioned, DK doesn't care too much, although at the same time, the DK can't really stop the farm for that Queen of Pain. So you do have to be careful about how much that Queen of Pain gets.
You accept and you go the DK, right? It's like, can't shut them down, but they can't shut me down. So, and in fairness, the DK doesn't even need farm to be effective. So, I suppose they just feel confident in that sense that they won't really need to have an amazing farm on the DK anyway. Problem is, now CDEC, they go for a pause for Tusk, and I did say the DK wouldn't mind the Queen of Pain, but now with the Tusk there, if we do see some early rotations out with Tag Team and Shadowstruck out of the Queen of Pain, that should mean some pretty early deaths for the DK, assuming they make those rotations.
Yeah, it's not the easiest time. Tusk, of course, is a very potent sort of support to rotate. We have seen like James rotate around on it a lot, so look to him to really make those moves there. And not only that, but the combination with a Grimstroke down the line is quite potent. So you have a lot going there with your dual supports now. SAG do pick up the Keeper of the Light for themselves. You don't have the direct combos here. No Bristleback coming out from SAG just yet. And no Ember Spirit option, of course, but still a potent hero to have. Works nicely with a Pangolier. You do get the clump up from the Will-O-Wisp. That can be potent. Not only that, but you do have to factor in sometimes those Tusk Shards act Mango. So SAG does have some allowance there to get a lot more done with their heroes so far.
CDEC. Fourth pickup now for them. They're gonna start using some reserve time, but they have plenty for it. Keep letting it tick out. They do need some more core pickups.
Team pick.
There'll be the Troll Warlord to come out now from CDEC, and I don't mind seeing it. I don't really see a reason in particular as to why you want the Troll now anyway, but it made a comfort pick here for CDEC, and overall they don't have anything really to deal with the they don't have anything to deal with it. They do have the Keeper of the Light Pango. So you do have that natural disarm and the blind, but CDEC, they feel confident enough to just go around and Sparking Arrow. They go for a Night Stalker.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice for SAG. We have seen a couple of Night Stalker games, and results were really middling. I don't think it was as impactful as you'd hope. Really tied into timing on the map, particularly night Dark Ascension usage, so a lot there to kind of maximize now from SAG. CDEC with a Troll You don't have that Oracle combination here, although it is potent with Grimstroke in lane. So it's not the easiest time for SAG, but it's a comfort pick for Ame. Like you mentioned, it's just something they fall back to. Ame does play this fantastically. It's one of his best heroes and something CDEC can rely on. So I can't really fault them for going back to the Trolls. Just a nice hero. It gets a lot done for you when you buy its space, and CDEC tends to give Ame that space anyway.
That is very true. Of course, Sparking Arrow now. One final ban. We get to see how both teams finish off these drafts. I wonder how this Night Stalker goes, though. It's not very often we get the pleasure of seeing this hero on the when we're casting, so see it once in a while, very rarely, and you know, in all honesty, every time we have seen it as of late, it hasn't really worked out very well for the team that does pick it up. Appreciate SAG for trying something different. The Night Stalker, if it does it off, it does tend to be a huge nuisance if it has the start it wishes to have.
Yeah, it's, the one thing though with SAG picking up, it does bring our Pango to the pause 4. Pango, Keeper of the Light, is not the strangest support duo we've seen. It is a support duo that requires some time to really build up, especially the Pangolier. So you're going to need to invest in resources, or at least some space, for the Pango to find level 6 before you can really hope to be fully effective in bigger engagements. And sometimes that is an issue. Sometimes if the laning phase doesn't work out, you do fall a bit too far behind. So we'll see whether or not SAG can get that proper distribution amongst their supports and the offlane.
Last pickup now. They're still looking for that +1 on the side of SAG.
Disruptor.
Okay, no, they're not. They are running what looks to be a core Pangolier. I thought that may have been a support by the, just judging by the fact that it was first picked up. I thought they were going to run the +4 Pango, but it's not the case. So unless we're seeing something very weird with this Disruptor, because that is a bit of an awkward
10 seconds remaining.
support you would have with Keeper of the Light Disruptor.
Yeah.
And CDEC will respond with the Doom, so now double Doom with the Grimstroke, just the classic combination. That is indeed going to be the Keeper of the Light Disruptor combo. That is, I don't know, that very, very weak support for it.
Yeah, it has a lot of holes. It most certainly has a lot of holes. In this case, you would want more farm the Disruptor. He has some scaling, I guess. If you farm the Ags, you've got AoE Doom. So you do beat out the Doom by having the Disruptor Ags. That is something SAG can work on. I think it is quite strong in lane though. Like, there is a lot of potency to play fast here with what SAG has. They cannot allow themselves to play the long game. You cannot hope to match the farm of a troll given space here. Even the Queen of Pain has a bit of a better time scaling into the late game. And of course, Doom is just always relevant. So SAG has to play this game very fast, shut down the map, don't give Ame space. If they can get that done, this kind of lineup can take over fast, although I have to say the push potential is solely on the DK. So that might be an issue, even if they win fights.
How long has it been since we've seen a Midnight Stalker?
A very long time. A very, very, very long time.
That was a Dota 1 thing.
Yeah. It happened a couple of times. Like, there were a couple of times where you'd see one style Stalker come out. It's most definitely not common though. Like once or twice when we cast it, that's it. Although,
sorry,
I believe.
Sorry, John. I didn't mean to interrupt. I have to apologize. I accidentally ran the wrong thing. My apologies to the viewers. Probably had a bit of a panic moment there. Show that video later. You were saying, John. I don't mean to interrupt. So you were saying.
It's a well, God King is the +1 Night Stalker, Mike. Have to correct that. +1 Night Stalker.
Okay.
We've now that I think we have seen that once, and we were theory crafting as to what they'd go. I was calling for the Basher, and it didn't come out. We'll see how exactly God King decides to itemize here. It's not gonna be an easy lane. Night Stalker, first few minutes, daytime, most certainly a struggle. and CDEC will ensure that it will be a
30
struggle.
seconds to battle.
Of course, the odds would agree with you, John. God King is
Yeah, that dance.
What is that?
It's the dance! You channel it in the disco. You know what's really nice? Throw that on the bounty rune. Sometimes you click it. Sometimes you end up channeling the dance. It's a bit dumb.
That's pay to win, John.
That doesn't really look like a dance.
No, it doesn't.
It's the falling animation. It's the lift animation.
Well, there we have it. 2 bounty runes behind the sign. Normal start. Yeah, no, it was 2 bounty runes.
Dagon dance? No. No fun for Victorian James. They just want to harass God King.
Yeah, I think it's less fun for God King right now.
Oh, wow.
To be activated. It's a lot of damage. Luckily, the Night Stalker has a stupid passive regen, so it's kind of just chipping away, setting up for maybe a first blood attempt, because they are running a bit of trying to start.
Denied.
I don't know how long this is going to last, though. In fact, God King TP is down to the bot lane already. And if the rotations start coming in, they will do the same. We've seen this before. SRF up the top. It's probably TPing a support down for Arme yet. But we'll see the rotations up from OP now on the Pangolier. Ultimately, both teams, or rather SAG, don't really get what they want. They were trying to get the Night Stalker away from Patrol. Doesn't really pan out that way.
Yeah, it's really not gonna be an easy time for the troll, and that is what happens when you actually blow those TPs, which is why you see a lot of teams just opt to walk. But SAG doesn't have to deal with missing out too many waves here.
Looking at that mid lane, XM up against CD, we've seen this matchup multiple times now as well, and it ends up being an even trade lane. XM is just going to try and keep up with DD. DD will do the exact same thing. Just spam breathe fire. The thing was, though, I was talking about the DK not needing farm, but when you look on the draft of the SAG, they don't really have a true position 1 kind of carry.
Yeah.
So he kind of does need the farm now. Like, I take that statement back after seeing the full draft. It is going to be necessary.
Yeah, it's really one of the things with SAG's draft. It has to go fast. And for that to happen, DD will need some fantastic... You wouldn't just be satisfied with a blink. You're gonna need maybe an SNY to buff you up, maybe even Maelstrom to just get the right clicks out in that dragon form. But it's not gonna be easy for DD, and XM already applying that harass. You could try to jungle, but DK is not the fastest jungler.
DD actually opts to go for that level 2 dragon spot already. Usually we'll see that at level 4 up against the Queen of Pain, but the pressure being applied from XM is quite heavy here for DD. Luckily for him, XM is out of mana. Top lane though, OP God now going to be in trouble as well, as James just slows him down with the tag team, and now SRF pops the Scorched Earth, and OP God will be the first blood. He gets blocked up by his own creeps on the way out. Very unfortunate timing, the OP God.
Yeah, it's not exactly what you'd hope for, and again, you are seeing why the Pango would much rather be elsewhere. Like, it's ideal against a troll because you talk about the disarm, it's great. They do TP OP God back up, but at this point, the Doom at level 3, it's going to be very hard to shut him down.
Yeah, bot lane as well, Felix does end up losing his life arm and able to pick that kill up. It'll really help him out as well, because he was falling a little bit behind in terms of CS on that troll. Now just finding himself a nice little 200 gold influx from a hero kill. He'll be feeling a lot better about himself on this troll warlord, and well, I'd say he's been slowed down a little bit, but God King hasn't really done that great of a job. Like, he's still at 15 last hits, so it's not all bad.
No. It's still really good progression for Ame, and you know, even the troll, you would want that early farm, but he can just flash farm and have space later, so it's not the most pivotal thing to have absolutely free of a lane here for that troll warlord.
Red Panda actually made a bit of a move down bot. Didn't really do anything. Now we'll rotate back up to the top lane. Gets a nice blinding eye off onto SRF. We'll use a Scorched Earth once again and just turn around and try to dish out some harassment here onto Red Panda. Doesn't do so, and that'll be the end of that. He has a salve available, so he should just be fine to regen himself up. It looks as he has been left alone here down in the bot lane, things are getting a little bit hard for that Doom. But that's because they're running a tri-lane down bot lane now, and James is going to rotate onto Felix with that stroke of fate and the chance to connect. Felix should have no way out of this situation, but they are also going on God King right now. They'd really rather get the Night Stalker. Can they actually kill him off though? Well, maybe with that stroke of fate they can, but he is just a little bit too tanky. That early chainmail being picked up seems to have provided enough armor, so he does manage to walk away.
Yeah, and it is nighttime, so it's a harder time to jump the Night Stalker. A lot of things lining up there for God King in terms of this, and it is about time when you expect the Night Stalker to really kick up its pace. They do rotate more supports in to make that happen.
It's a bit risky though. Like while James is there on the task, sure he's still only level 2, but that tag team, even at level 1, it's just so much bonus damage. James leaves, so maybe now's definitely the time to make the play if you are going to do so. But I don't think God King's really confident here up against that troll. He's just going to kind of leave him be for a little bit. And mid lane, they end up losing the Disruptor. Felix gets caught off by XM. Top lane as well, SRF is being chased down by OP God. A nice swashbuckle, but there's a stun coming out from SRF. OP, he can't finish the job off, and SRF should be, or maybe not. Here comes Rolling Thunder. How juking, quite good apparently, but swashbuckle will get the
You got the kill first? SRF got the kill
did
first.
actually get the kill first.
What?
So he ends up winning out anyway.
That's... How does that... Oh, that's just so silly how the damage instances happen. But hey, you get a little bit more EXP. You hold on to the Doom, so he can go back in lane, get the Doom out. You don't have Rolling Thunder to preempt that. So just a slight edge there for CDEC. That did force Felix to TP up top as well.
No shame for SAG. Brighter side of things, Arme is starting to get chipped down quite heavily here on the troll, so they'll bring in James on the task. OP God is down to the bot lane joining his team as they want to try and pressure this Tier 1 tower while the night time is up. But more rotations to come in. SRF, he'll come down as well, and they've allowed Arme to actually go up to the top lane. And he's just up against Felix right now. So it's essentially free farm for Arme. He's just going to sit here and just keep hitting creeps while the rest of SAG down at the bot lane trying to force in this Tier 1 tower. But it doesn't really look like they're going to get through the heroes as James gets started Red Panda, does get the chance and tag team, and with the Inkswell, it's a very, very easy kill, and that's going to just shut down and push all together.
Yeah, and you can see what SAG to get done. Again, they want to play around at first nighttime. It's just not quite working out the way they want to, and it is costing them. You even see just small movements like DD going for the bot rune instead, and it being up top, and XM playing forward, giving him the regen. You know, small things like that do build up to pretty decent advantages for CDEC.
There's nothing quite like having a regen rolled up if you're a Queen of Pain. He might need to use this very soon as well, because bot lane, the fight is about to break out. SRF couldn't get the Doom off in time onto that Pangolier, though he is trying to juke out OP God, but doesn't quite get away with it. That blinding may have helped out a little bit, but no, SAG do still secure the kill on God King. And now it's going to be about trying to apply some pressure onto that bot while they have a chance. Meanwhile, just going to kind of stand their ground. Just be patient, trust an eye on that troll. He is still freely farming at the top lane. There is literally nobody there from SAG.
Yeah, this lack of punishment may hurt SAG down the line. We've seen a lot of teams do this up against a Morphling, up against a Medusa, as we saw in the last series. So SAG, Sure, they're finding farm as well, right? Like, OP God is finding farm, DD is finding farm. The issue is, these heroes do not necessarily scale the best with farm, especially compared to a troll. And Ame just being allowed to even shove in that top tier one is surprising, to say the least.
DD might be rushing a bit too far forward. He is currently surrounded. James gonna loop around, going after the DK courier, but can't quite find it through the tree line.
Has been killed.
Our bot, SAG, just trying to stay away from the side of CDEC. CDEC just look to take their outpost back, and they do. It is still nighttime. That'll wear off now. They're on a fight. Felix gets jumped on here by XM. He doesn't have that level 6 yet, and the Sonic Wave just blows him up, and now the Doom flies out on the NS. They probably won't kill the Night Stalker, but the best they can do is take his courier, and Red may still be unsafe. Oh no, he shows himself again while doomed. XM not really feeling like chasing the Night Stalker right now, just leaves him be. He's happy with the boundary and pick up. That'll be it. A very quick engagement here. CDEC coming out on top.
Yeah, they have been finding the better end of the trade so far. They force out the spell use on that Dark Ascension, so it's not going to be up for about a minute 40. That's downtime where your Night Stalker is not going to have as much of a presence. You take a look at what God King's building up on his +1 Night Stalker as well. It is going to be Necronomicon. So just the added stats, the added farm speed is nice. If they can translate that into better pushes, it is going to be worthwhile. If they don't find the objectives though, it's not going to do much against a troll.
No, that's the real problem, right? It's not like an overly fast Necro 1 book either.
No.
Like, it's going to escalate things a little bit here for SAG, but you need more than that. Especially with this draft that is meant to be online much earlier. Well, you look at Ame, he's getting close to his Diffusal Blade now. Just pressure being applied on the troll. Meanwhile, mid lane, God King does end up dying on the Night Stalker, so that Necro 1 book going to be delayed even further. CDEC just really just playing the patience game. They'll find a pick off, they'll back off. They just keep doing that over and over again while maintaining their towers, and as long as the troll's farming, they are happy.
Yeah, there's really not much to be worried about for CDEC, and you know, you're finding great farm in XM. SRF is under pressure, I suppose, but that's a Doom. He has Devour for catch-up farm anyway, so he's not going to be poor for too long. You do see SAG smoke up. They want to make something happen here.
Inkswell going to be there on the Keeper of the Light. It will connect. Snowball OP God, but he should be able to roll Thunder in time. A nice static combo on that Queen of Pain, but no, she gets knocked out of range. Still, can she hit the blink? She can. XM, he'll be safe. They may just lose the Tusk instead. He does have shards, and that's a great block to get himself out of there, but you left your Grimstone behind, and OP God's not done, but now the Doom comes in with a huge Sonic Wave. They do at least find a 1 for 2 now, but SRF, he's trapped up by himself. He has help coming in the form of Ame. He has Battle Trance as well, but no mana for it. He might have to pop 1 charges if he wants to commit. SAG seem to be unwilling to fight once Ame joins in. They do still get a 2-for-1 trade, so I think they'll be okay with this on the Dire side. Nothing really ends up leading to any objectives.
Yeah, that's one of the issues with how SAG is fighting fights. They need to push. They need to shut down that map. They've only taken the tier 1 bot, which Ame has not been playing in that lane for a while. And it's been so long that he does find a Diffusal anyway in the end. Just about, 100 gold or so. There it is, fully assembled, sent out. So when Ame joins the fight now, he's going to have massive impact. SAG, they need to force these fights closer to objectives, although...
Yeah, Mag Team Snowball can be there on the DK. They don't have Static Storm right now. It's up in 5 seconds. I just don't think they're going to have the time to use it. Was that a Dragon Form popped? 100% sure on that. The Tusk is going to fall quite low, and OP God does manage to secure it on James. XM still trying to deal with the Keeper of the Light right now. Might just need to get out of there as OP God finds a secondary kill on the Grimstroke. A huge Inkswell now, and here comes the troll. Ame.
Oh man.
Yeah. Has the Diffusal as well, finds 2 of them. Felix just going to TP out of there, and they won't actually find him in time. But it looked pretty darn good for the side of SAG for a while. until Arme joined in, kind of became sort of out of balance.
Yeah, it fell apart right then. Really good timing for Ame. We were talking, I was saying that he just finished it up. It got delivered right as he found that kill, and the inhibit really helped him secure that on the NS. And you were right, Mike. DD did expend the dragon form before dying.
Yeah.
A bit of a waste. It's not the longest cooldown though. It's gonna be back up in the next fight, at the very least. But SAG, a lot of things aren't lining up. They need to perhaps wait up a couple of pickups. The blink on OP God would be great. You do have the blink on DD as well. So you've got great ways to find these problematic heroes. First, get the control out, and then force a numbers advantage onto CDEC.
In it. 2k ahead. I may go for that BKB next to the troll. You do have the Crypton Pickles off the Nighthawk, but it meant nothing. SRF gonna get jumped with can be there, but he has help. There's a solid line of the full doom. That's finally come down with a big chance from the Tusk. With the ink spot. To get a two-man contest, the Binding Light, and Sonic Wave to sort of kill him to DD. Just gonna chase down this side Raptor. The poor Pangli getting stuck on the cliff. Just couldn't do anything. It's a three-man wipe for nothing. They just want to get an SRF, but they don't have the burst stage for it.
No, definitely not the target that Doom. He is starting to be a bit tankier than you'd expect. And man, that death on the Night Stalker on God King was literally at the last tick of Doom, just because Ame connected his axis. So a lot of things lining up for CDEC as well on the edge, but they do win out. SAG, I mean, I was talking about that blink helping them out. They need to jump squisher your targets. Aim for the supports. The Grimstroke has been taking out your Pangolier in these fights and enabling that double doom. Take care of Victoria first, and then you can start finding a few more big kills there.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. I mean, SRF, he's going to be the tankiest target on the team. Not the one you want to expend all your spells on and still not find a kill on. I guess they must have assumed he was just by himself, but it wasn't the case that time around. Man, CDEC, they just have such a shiny looking team right now. All their cores just sparkling.
Yeah. It's that kill streak effect. I like that SRF has the gold window. That's a lot more blingy. You know what I'm saying? Just a lot of bling.
Yeah, bling is good. No bounties coming out of this game so far. A bit upsetting.
Oh yeah.
Probably what SAG need to do is place a bounty in. Every time we have seen bounties being placed, that's when they actually find kills. So, Rotopan now being taken up, Armor and James just using that tag team on Pro Roshan. Now the battle trance, just to be able to secure this quickly, I believe SAG is currently smoking, and yeah, they have. It's gonna be too late though. They may make it to the Roshan pit, but it's gonna be perfect timing for CDEC because they do have an Aegis now. They did use the battle trance though, so maybe they're not willing to take this team fight. But they do have Soulbind and Doom, and Victoria, who do you aim? They do dump the Grimstroke this time. Rock Thunder finally getting off, and Victoria is dead. Now Sonic securing Felix. There's the Doom flying out on the DK. Nightstalker also dying in the middle of all this. There'll be a buyback out from that Disruptor, and the Grimstroke for that matter. But everyone just kind of backs out of there. Everyone apart from XM, who's still going after OP God, and oh, what a shot's coming out. What a great prediction out from James. OP God just forced the fight now, and he will go down.
CDEC
to continue.
Yeah, CDEC just finding every single thing, although SAG got the right target. They got Victoria out, which meant you weren't getting double doom, which meant you weren't trading as badly. So that's what they need to get done every single time, although...
James just rolling in PD, he's got the double braces up, but it's just not as tanky as you would hope. CDEC now just steamrolling over SAG. Take that tier 2 mid tower, and in all honesty, if they just reset, they could go high ground, I think. They have the Aegis up, They've got a 7k worth lead, but they are going to play quite cautiously. They're going to back off onto the cliff.
Yeah, I don't really mind this. They should probably wait for the Doom to be back up and running. That's going to be a full minute, although SRF, probably not the best spot.
Definitely not the best spot. Rolling Thunder going to be there to essentially perma-stun, but he is so tanky, SRF. He will finally go down. It just took so much time.
Oh.
Now, the Soulmine going to be the lock. Felix and the DK in. DD, silenced up as well. You've got Red Panda, but he just needs to run. James is on the chain, it's just in case. And DD, he's going to die. And I'd say SRF is going to be smiling from the grave right now.
That is a lot of a better trade for CDEC. Just taking out the DK. Oh.
Bot lane, God King now getting jumped. He does get the Crippling Fear off. XM has the Salt Wave. He just waited at the last moment just for dramatic influence. OP God trying to swashbuckle the wave, but you're up against the Queen of Pain, so you are probably just going to die.
The disarms.
Let's do something coming down. Just perfect. Oh my God. James just job off.
Oh,
Anglia.
that was ridiculous. What was that? A full 4 seconds worth of disarm? It was just, I thought XM was just BMing for a while. Just standing there. Oh boy.
DD just pops his dragon because he can't farm him down, essentially. The splash does help him. This free point a little bit faster and run back to the base. Just really sad news when you have to do that. Just use dragon form to farm in lane instead of just being able to farm with breathe bomb.
Yeah, it's just the state of the game now for SAG. They need to get their DK in a much better spot, and I mean you've mentioned it, but he is their best scaling hero. Not even God King is that scalable anymore, especially with how he itemized with Necrobook first. So you need the DK to be up and running. DD is still behind by a fair bit. Now you have to worry about SRF because the Doom is back up. The Soulbine's back up. They can easily go for another team fight and get the double Doom off.
But they can. That's what they're looking for right now. I mean, he's just forcing in that tier 2 tower. Gonna try and bait the other side of SAG, but they seem to be aware of what's going on here. They understand they can't pop it. Especially considering Army now has that 10-second car on the BKB. No, we'll still take his time with this. He's not really willing to just give up the gauge for free.
Oh,
perhaps with that earn touch, he might actually tick that, but no, he's gonna line still. They get impatient. They get the perfect shards off from the Tusker. Great static storm there onto SRF. God King gonna TP and they're just gonna try and burst this Doom down, but he pops his own BKB now. And they just can't fight them. OP God maybe can find his way into this. They could take the Aegis out with the swashbuckle Rolling Thunder. The Aegis is gone. What do you do now, OP God? He's kind of stuck here. Soulbind will come out, and they do slow him down as well. He does get attached to the Night Stalker, and they're both just stuck. There's the battle trance coming out from Armor. Can he get it lucky instead? He doesn't even need it. They'll just take him out. And poor old Felix, he didn't want to be here. But his cause, but lost him his life. Even Red Panda might die. Kodo ended up TPing away. But the CDEC may actually try to force the T3 tower in the mid lane now.
Yeah, they have nothing to stand up against them. Maybe just the annoyance of dealing with that Coddle, but DD's all the way down. Bot is farming up instead, trying to find an item to help them out, is rushing the Halberd. So that could help. It's just, it's still a tower all the way, and your racks are being taken down mid.
I didn't think that Snake they ran for the racks, but I guess they just feel that confident. I can't quite blame them for that. You're at that point as well where Army is going to have a Satanic up, so...
Ooh.
Yeah.
I mean, do they have a vessel or is it just an urn? I think it's just an urn, right? Yeah, just an urn on Felix.
It was just an urn, yeah.
Oh no.
They found Red Panda, they found that support cure we talked about. Ame Russian knocking, no, they can't bind. This goes down, Oddy dies, Red Pack dies, even his courier dies. They're just leaving nobody alive here on SAG. SAG just gonna try and drag out the game by skipping creep waves. But this was the real problem with going back to that draft for SAG, right? If you just didn't get the head start you need up against the goal lineup, this was always gonna happen to you.
Yeah. And even without the direct creep wave, Ame was kind of trying to force in the tier 3. It does pull back in the end, because you realize perhaps without the Aegis, that's not the best decision.
I'd agree. Bot lane, looks like they've done SRF, but there are TPs coming in, but it is from the side of SAG. SRF will pop his BKB and try to run towards his team. And his team now here, James gets the warrant to drop into God King. Everything will be out of the ball bind and the Sonic Wave to come out. God King will die. OP God try to run away. Go out onto the low ground. Static Storm committed by Felix, but he also dies. And Panda just trying to run away, but he's dead. And the G has been called.
Ooh,
and just call it and disconnect, and it's a hard game for SAG, John. A very, very hard game.
31 to 8, 25 minutes, 19k lead for CDEC. I think very easily a hard game for SAG.
FY, he's found himself No-Tail out on his own.
He's trapped him.
There's No-Tail. Is he going to get any sort of backup? No, he's not. There's 3 still dead on OG. It'll be a slow and painful death here for No-Tail as Ame comes in for the kill secure.
I love the way that Chalice popped his BKB super early in that fight. He's so, I just need to get my ulti off, and he cast it at a very safe range. He didn't wait for like last second of his BKB. He's not very greedy. And I think that's a lot of the reason why they've been winning these team fights. Seb has been struggling, still about 1,000 gold away from his BKB.
Yeah, this Brewmaster is a display of perfection, really. It's the highest level in the game with his Bloodseekers.
And doing a ton of damage. One of the most damage in the game as an offlane.
Now has full Shiva, so even more ways. He's pretty much itemized entirely just to be like, Ana, I'm ruining your game. I've got Radiance, I've got Shivas. You're gonna struggle so much in these fights as Phantom Lancer.
Eric's did his best to keep Ana alive, and but Ana wasn't able to do damage because of the rupture. He wasn't that low on HP, but still can't run around.
Seb.
Ame's dangerous here.
Gotta be careful who shows up top. Indeed, Jerax. Just going out on his own. He doesn't expect Ame to have this invis rune. As Ame will show himself, Jerax goes across, but Somnus is there.
Somnus is not messing without rupturing.
No mercy. They're feeling very confident now at this point, getting these very advantageous team fights as well as getting kills on the split push too. Thompson though, will fight X-Nova.
Seb, and as well, between the two of them, they'll take down the support edge. FY's going to come in though. He hasn't got anyone else with him at the moment. It is just FY, so just playing around with Seb.
There's no help around at all, and he's still just making Seb's life miserable.
He is toying with him. He's just making him not be able to come back. Look, they're already starting to rotate this Brewmaster and Bloodseeker too, and FY, he's ready to look for Seb.
Seb's got to get out.
Oh, Seb.
As indeed FY, the patience keeping that control on Seb, buying time for Chalice to come in. Ana is going to look towards the Tusk. Chalice is now there, does have Primal Split available if he wants to look to take this fight. Somnus coming in as well. As Ana, Seb look to hide in the trees. Can they get out of it? Ana's got a TP available. He's into the trees, he's going to show himself in the lane though. They're going to continue to head over. They are going to see Seb make it out in time. They don't have a stun. Ana, can he get out as well? He can. OG will avoid that rotation from PSG LGD.
FY is just so obnoxious there, following Seb for over a minute, just stalking him, trying to have his team come over.
So that's about, a minute without Aegis being used for LGD. They have 2 minutes left, I would say, to capitalize on this Aegis. Oh man, looks like he is level to PL.
Pretty much back to a 50-50. PSG LGD 2-1 up at the moment in this best of 5 grand finals. One game needed to secure the championship title. And at this point, they are ahead here in game 4.
No-Tail hasn't had time to gather a full army of Ancient Fates. Right now, he just has the Ancient Blackjack, and you really want those other auras when you're at a big disadvantage in these team fights already.
Yeah, it's tough though, because Jerax doesn't want to be following around his Chen, giving him the agony. So. As Thompson, see, he does have a Lincoln Sphere picked up, and they should have the BKB finished on Seb too. So that'll give him a little bit easier time to get those blink calls off, as he's been suffering to do so in the last few fights. And Somnus, I have Scotty picked up, about to be level 25 as well.
Yeah, they just need a couple more minutes on the side of OG before they're ready to fight. Wait for the ages to expire.
Seb, he's in, gets the call, the character's going to get FY, there with the snowball save. He's going to be fine, and now they turn to look towards the axe. The taunt's going to be out. Seb goes for the TP. They've got the stun to cancel them. Seb held back for now. Thompson trying to offer his best from the side to provide some sort of safety, as he will get Seb back. They're able to get Seb back to safety, and Thompson, he's running away. X-Nova's there with the wraparound, gets the slow off, gives the vision for the snowball. TP from No-Tail's coming in towards the stride, but Thompson, he's trapped.
That's twice in this series that X-Nova just comes out of nowhere. Like, he's just on a warding expedition, then he just ends up wrapping behind these people constantly.
Perfect time.
Perfect timing, and has the Centon creep to boot. And look at these deep wards that he's placed during that time that he was running around doing so. He now has full vision of OG. Yeah, he sees Ana farming these Ancients right now.
Oh, Ana. FY just giving so much information for the team. He's got eyes on him. Get the punch on the wrong target, but the snowball pass will catch Ana. Ana, he's in trouble. The Blood Bright Silence connects. He's got the Manta back up in a second, but can he really play his way out of this one? He cannot. Ana down for a minute and a half.
Just having all this vision. And X-Nova throughout this whole tournament has had the best vision in every situation, even when you wouldn't expect it. They're just like, oh, they're fighting on the left side. They're not going to have vision over here. But no, X-Nova always seems to have those prepared in every situation.
And he has some incredible foresight to be able to have these wars that just lead to really clutch pickoffs. And Axe has not spent his money on BKB. He has the money, but he might be looking to save for buyback.
We'll see if any of the buybacks do get forced out. Thompson's still dead for 15. Ideally, he doesn't buy back it. They may have to buy back on Ana. He's gone for 50 seconds. The split coming out from Chalice. Is he ready to push in? Look for the stun on No-Tail to hold back the Chen as the mid-racks are exposed. PSG LGD, 40 minutes in, able to open into the base and clean out this mid lane of Rack. Still Ana holding on to that buyback.
And they're going to keep going here. They really want to force this PL to come back here.
Stun onto Thompson. He will blink dodge it. But another tier 3 tower falling incredibly fast. They really don't want to use it. Seb jumps in, gets the call onto FY. There's the buyback. The Cataclysm isn't enough to do anything. It isn't. PSG LGD still fighting strong. Thompson getting focused by Somnus. Seb taken down by Arme. The triple buybacks now out as Ana in trouble. He's pulled back for this one. The deafening blast onto the 3 of them. Knocks the back, but Ana gets focused. Seb! He's in with the call. He has the control onto the morphing Somnus. Now being chased by Thompson. Blinks in with the cold snap. The PLR is on top of it. They get Somnus too. As OG, they have to expend 3 buybacks, but they hold on to the top rack. Somnus now down for 2 minutes. No buyback available on this Bloodseeker.
Yeah, he's 400 gold short of it. It's up in about 8 seconds. OG, they have to make so much happen here. They have to push out all their lanes. 2 of the side lanes are already going, but I think trying to get some kills here, like on FY here, would be very ideal.
I mean, look how close the Brew is at 25.
So close.
With that primal split cooldown.
Oh, Thompson, he sees it FY. He's used the snowball, he turns with the combo. FY with the self-heals, but OG, they've surrounded him. Seb jumps in with the call, the blade mail. FY's gone.
Instant buyback from FY.
Still that scary, scary time for LGD. 75 seconds without Somnus. OG have the full 5-man pushing in all 3 lanes at the same time as they approach LGD's base.
I don't even know if I get ahead of this team fight. The LGD are goal, but no blood take up to 60 seconds. This could be disastrous.
He's got a full BKB on Seb as well.
Chalice really wants to hit level 25 before he pops that primal split. So close.
Just got to be careful, Seb. Looking for that blink initiation.
Chalice is stepping back. Grabs, they give him the tome. He needed like 5 experience, and they gave him the tome just to make sure that he gets it anyway. Just playing as safe as possible here.
Looks like OG don't feel that the window is big enough for them to push in whilst this Bloodseeker's still dead. They'll back away.
They can't count. They fought back 3 heroes. They weren't able to get any T3s, and there's no Roshan up yet. Big Daddy No-Tail's praying for a Roche right now so they can get that refresher, but it's not going to be out. And maybe we'll dodge a bullet.
At least they got a good amount of economy off that, right?
Yep.
It was up to a 15k gold advantage, and they chunked it down to 7. Same thing with experience. So they did get quite a lot out of that one, but they ideally wanted to get at least one of those sets of racks to get some momentum pushing in with those 3 buybacks used.
Absolutely, it is this really scary moment of the game now for OG. We're about 5-6 minutes still without those buybacks available. If PSG LGD can find that one team fight, it could be the team fight to win TI in this window of time that they now have presented to themselves.
Ana's gone full in for that butterfly too. As they pick up also an Aeon disc on Jeremy, so protected in O. DD did spawn, however, was killed.
It's also pretty scary for Maybe right now. He only has a 5-second BKB, and he does a lot of damage and will get wrecked by the X-Blade Mail Call if he finds it, especially with his BKB now. There's not that many ways to stop him.
It's just all about FY and Chalice, right? Just either saving or just getting into the midst of the fights and not allowing OG to get the picks.
And the spike, it's going to be dispelled.
Let's get dispelled. But
Ana, he's in the trees. They're on the high ground. They've got the vision with the Shiva's covered. Ana's on his way over. They've got the snowball down. There's the counterplay. Seb jumps in. He's able to find the call onto Chalice, but Chalice already got the BKB out. The Sunstrike's going to be down onto FY, but FY will survive. Seb pots the BKB. He'll try and stand his ground, but Seb, he's going to go down. No buyback on the axe. As Jarex as well, surrounded by PSG LGD. The Eon disc will proc, but they'll fight through it.
he has to buy back immediately.
Look at these creep track by these 4 spirits. On the bottom rune, they have no creeps in the mid lane.
Sienna still holding on to that buyback on Jarex. But as Ben said, the creeps aren't here.
It's backdoor. Can they breach through it? It's not looking like it right now. Maybe everyone hitting the same one.
That creep cutting, is it enough to hold OG in the game?
You see No-Tail's already running to just, he doesn't care. He's going to throw his life for this. He needs to just keep these creeps out of the base to keep that back door up. He doesn't care if he dies.
Which he certainly will as they get upon him. They find his life. 1 minute now without No-Tail and without Seb. Thompson, Ana, and Jarex. The only 3 heroes that can offer their defense during this final minute, this final stand.
Jarex is really trying to hold on to his buyback.
As Chalice split a course up once again. They're finishing off this second set of racks. He's got the Cyclone holding Ana up in the skies. As this rack's on the top lane will fall, the melee rack's gone. PSG LGD playing this carefully. As they'll go down towards the bottom as well. Arme, doppelgangers, he's losing a fair bit of mana into the PL. Still able to shift back into that Morphling if needs be. As OG, they will lose that top racks, but they won't lose the game. PSG LGD are playing it safe. They know how close they are to victory, and they will not throw it away.
And they know that the Roche is probably respawning pretty soon, and it actually is up, so that is that refresher shard. They already have pretty much infinite primal splits up anyway, but they feel very confident here.
They weren't able to deward that ward in the mid lane, so it looks like they are going for a Roche fake out.
Check. Ana, he's on top of X-Nova. The Ghost Step's going to get the set. He's in. The call, the MP, the cannon, but FY is in. He's able to get the save off in time to keep this man alive. But Chalice is down. Buyback from X-Nova and Chalice. FY with the Invis. Somnus looking to get involved. Pots the BKB to get over the ice roll. They get on top of Seb. Seb's in trouble. Seb's gone. The axe down once again for 90 seconds. As now FY giving them the vision, but they see him. They've got the doppelganger to jump away from the snowball. The snowball over to Thompson. The self-fuels. FY trying to buy time for the rest of LGD to come in. Again, up into the air. Arme straight on top of No-Tail. FY will fall. Arme looking towards No-Tail. No-Tail pops the hand of God, but No-Tail beat it down by Arme and Somnus. Chalice gets the primal split off as Ana. He's been left behind in Thompson. He's got to do something incredible in terms of the combo. Can he find the angle? Jarex coming in, keeping Ana alive. Ana with the doppelganger. The Deafening Blast comes out onto the 2 of them. Ana trying to go in, looking for the kill. Can he find it in time onto X-Nova? He's on top of him, trying to beat him down. Ana again with the doppelganger, now retreating back towards the base. As X-Nova will survive. Jarex back in, the combo. Meatball down onto Chalice, but Chalice is so tanky. Pops the Shiva's gone. He's on The buyback for Jarex comes in. He's healing Anna back up. That buyback could set them up for the kill on next over. The cold snap. Down onto the charge and they find him. Ame, he's out of mana. He's starting to shift into the strength, but he's surrounded. OG, can they find the block? They can! OG are still in the game. Ame buys back immediately. But now it's PSG LGD's turn to be without two of their supports. Seb's going to be back up in 8 seconds.
Oh my god, that buyback from Jarex onto that shrine, being able to save Ana, but Ana also toying with him with that doppel. He sent the illusion. They thought that was the real one. They actually couldn't finish him off, even though they got the thirst vision of him for a second.
With the level 25 talent on the doppelganger, it's
Look at
really
this.
hard to kill.
Seb.
Yeah.
He's looking straight for the play. Can he find Somnus? He's hunting. Somnus. He's there, Seb. He'll see him. Oh! Doesn't get the call, though, and now Seb. He'll be ruptured. They're looking at him, but Ana, he's straight in on top of Somnus. Somnus puts the BKB. Ana again with the double down. They see Cataclysm coming out. And Somnus still alive. Ana will be able to force him away. They've got the hex. They've got the control. They're on top of him. Can they kill him in time? They can. Chalice got for 2 minutes. And Seb, he's finding, looking for Ame. Big Daddy No-Tail gets the penitence out. Only onto the illusion, though. Ame able to waveform up to the high ground. As Ame should be fine here.
Thompson's got the ghost right. He's got Hex
maybe.
up soon too.
Oh, the doppelganger Ame's over the trees. Can he hide his way out of this?
No, back. Real one.
Goes for the waveform. Seb tries for the call, but he's already out of there. Nice, nice play from Ame.
And he buys so much time too for his team there. The Brewmaster was dead for 120 seconds, now only 90.
Still a big window for OG. They're only without Jerax for the same amount of time. And that lead the PSG LGD had, it is going down a little bit. Only 4K, 5K at the moment.
5
With
seconds
these last few
remaining.
fights, obviously the 25s now coming out on OG. Thompson's into the pit.
What a timely DD coming out for him too.
Dire
I don't think they
team
expected
back.
to be taking out his fast. He's almost able to solo it with the help of these summons. And that's a refresher shot. There's no way to get this. There's no way LGD can come.
Oh, and the Seb level 25 too. That extra Berserker's Call AoE. It catches people out. They don't expect it.
It does not feel like OG 2X that. At all.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick. Radiant team pick.
Have some other that's up their sleeve, and you don't just have to run the Medusa anyway.
Dire
There
team
are
pick.
other options.
Radiant team pick.
Whether the Pod 1 Luna might be coming back, so we like that coming out of Sparking Arrow Gaming. This Venge, the orders can get rather disgusting with the Luna and Venge on the same team, but for now, Sparking Arrow Gaming, they go into the Mars as CDEC also into that offlane Centaur.
Yeah, it's
10 seconds
solid
remaining.
pick for SAG to Mars. I was talking about the combinations with the egg. Mars is
5
one of the best
seconds
one.
remaining.
So you can get pretty strong team fights going here for SAG. But CDEC with a response in the Centaur does make it hard to actually catch them. So there's a lot of mobility already for CDEC. They have decent ways of even getting the Shaker in because of Stampede very early on. So James will have the opportunity to have that team fight impact off the get-go as soon as they have 6. And that is something SAG has to watch out for. I think the potency for the Pause 1 Luna is a possibility. We have seen that before. I believe it was the Venge, Luna, and Beastmaster, just for the Aura strat. And that is potent. You don't really have room for the Beastmaster. It was banned out. But Venge and Luna can get the job done. Again, you're already investing in team fight anyway with SAG's lineup. Luna does excel there as soon as you hit 6 with Eclipse.
That is very true. I don't know if that's the route they'll go down though. Like, there's been talks about it, but I don't know if SAG feel
Dire
confident
team
about that route. So CDEC, well, things getting more complicated here because now Ricky on the board. And, yeah, I'm sure they know how to play against the Ricky, but as of right now, they don't have the greatest hero with it. So it is a very, very slippery Pause 1 to have. Earlier on in the day, we saw that
10
Pause
seconds
4
remaining.
Ricky come back out of fade from Astor, but
5
this time
seconds
I'm very,
remaining.
very sure Stick is running a Pause 1 Ricky.
Oh yeah, no goofing around with that one. And it's a great hero in response to the Mars though, right? Like, you're not going to be worried about Bulwark in this case because Ricky just backstabs. So it's the opposite of a Bristleback matchup. Ricky will enjoy this one, and it's a nice pickup for CDEC. You will worry about one thing. Getting your tricks off of the silence and just getting the swap from Venge. So you want to ensure that the Venge is out of the picture if you want to pick off a core, otherwise you're probably just going to kill the Venge. SAG do pick up the Shadow Fiend for their mid, so they've already shown their hand with their mid lane matchup. This might give CDEC a bit of a better time, like XM knows what to expect. The Puck actually coming out there. I think that lane matchup is
5 seconds
pretty solid for the Puck.
I'd say it would be.
Dire team ban.
So probably will go that route unless it is out right now. Just makes it so easy for the Rookie, makes it so easy for the Earthshaker and the Centaur. Just do you actually have to deal with the Puck in this game? There are other options as well, right? You can go for like Void Spirit, which would be pretty infuriating to play against.
5 seconds remaining.
The Ember's not there because it's been banned out, but even the Storm Spirit this game would be a pretty free game.
Yeah.
Side of CDEC, they wanted to run that.
Yeah, there's the DK is still in the pool as well. So you've got that safe mid laner if you don't want to take anything too flashy. I don't think it really suits XM's playstyle. I'm sure he can really play that fantastically. One thing though with the Shadow Fiend Mars, I think we've seen that a couple of...
Team pick.
The Requiem can really help maximize the arena. So the Fear is going to play a big part. I think what SAG has right now means that they have to play these team fights very early on and very fast. So it's a different situation from their past game. They close out with a Slardar, so this takes away a lot of confidence they had, Mike. It's a very fast draft. You don't have anything that scales. You have a Slardar, like possibly a POS 1 Slardar. Yeah. It's that strange kind of core pick again for SAG. Unless core Venge? POS 1 Venge coming out again? I think that's a bit better than the core Slardar, but...
No, I don't think they will.
Yeah.
You don't have a support Slardar.
Yeah, that's way past. No, yeah.
Yeah, it has to be POS 1. I mean, it counts as the Ricky, right? That's the whole point behind it.
Sure.
But we run into that same problem as last game. You don't have that solid late game to rely on.
Choose your
Oh, CDEC. Okay, so this is a cool step from XM that we're gonna watch now.
Oh boy.
So luckily for us, not the support sniper, but you should watch the core snipers we haven't seen in a very, very long time. I don't know what to expect.
I think it's gonna be obnoxious. It's super annoying for SAG. They rely on blink initiation from OP God and God King to really set up the arena and the initial stun. If XM plays his cards right, you're never gonna be blinking in because of shrapnel. That's something CDEC has in control now. There is still potency here from SAG, you know, like the Ricky super squishy, the Sniper super squishy. This is something Mars and Slaughter can punish. Even the Venge, if you can get the swap off, there's nothing that the Sniper in particular can do. So, great options there. I would like to see SAG play a lot faster. You cannot play a farming game here. You do not want to play a farming game here. You have to shut that map down fast. Don't give the Ricky space to farm. Don't give the Sniper space to farm. And I can see this lineup kind of overtaking from pure pace of the game.
What happened is SAG love to get victory up here up against CDEC. Pretty unstoppable right now. See if they can pull it off. The odds are, you know, spoiler alert, but the odds are in their favor. I'll show those in a moment. We go into this game number 1.
Prepare for battle.
It's called Sniper. Nothing really kept it out. Like, if you get a blink on the Sniper or the Mars, you can close the gap pretty quick, I suppose. Apart from that, XM, assuming he positions himself quite well, won't really have many issues.
Yeah, I'd say the one thing is maybe a max level swap. Of course, level 18 on Venge comes out very, very late in game. So it's not very easy to get that done for SAG, although aggressive level 1 smoke.
It's definitely very aggressive, right into the mid lane, placing an overward there. Might be spotted out.
Oh.
CDEC is, they're taking the outpost right now. You don't really want to go on SRF. He does break the smoke, but James gets a great off than SRF. He gets speared back. He should be dead here. Yeah, he has so much out of this situation. Funnily enough, he is actually still very, very tanky considering the circumstances, but he will die. And XM gives him the wall. On that note, I can now show the odds. Of course, they are heavily in favor of CDEC. SAG odds up, but that's a great start for him.
Yeah, it will slow down XM just a tad, although CDEC still does find a couple of bounty runes to take that away. In fact, looks like they'll grab all of them. So first blood is there, but I'd say CDEC with all 4 bounties are still pretty okay with that. It's not much loss there, because everyone gets a lot of gold.
Yeah, that is very true. You basically make up for it anyway. And CDEC does take the slight net worth leads. Yeah, it is more valuable to find 4 patterns than it is to find first blood. Have been for quite a while. Still, SRF makes his way back to the lane, all fresh. It's gonna have the Red Panda and God King this lane. But not the game's headache. Overall, as much as I can be quite frustrated to deal with Bash of the Beams, I don't see SRF having good for the time. Like, we just saw them, all 5 heroes on the Centaur, and it still took them quite a while to get the kill. So I don't really see SRF struggling here.
No, it's not quite enough physical damage to eat through there, and they most certainly have no damage outside of the Shadow Fiend and the Phoenix. So there's really not much to burn through SRF right now. I think if Red Panda maybe went for the Wave of Terror first, then perhaps the minus armor would give them enough to really make it a threat. But as is, you're not trading favorably up against that Centaur.
That claim is all excellent on the sniper. It just makes me laugh looking at it. That it's sniper. Gonna be there up against the it's not necessarily that he's gonna have a huge advantage in this lane. There's no way for DE to abuse threats up against sniper. No way to harass XML. Like, you can deny as many creeps as possible, and that tends to work quite well. Overall, XM can catch up quite easily with just done with people. I mean, we learned that from support sniper. I'm sure support won't have even better time, and then top lane, God King does end up dying. James secures the kill with the enchant totem strike. That'll be the second kill of the game. I'm going around for CDEC, though Victoria down at the bot lane's in trouble now. As Felix is going to chase down with those Firebirds doing a lot of damage, but now Victoria feeling a little bit more confident to try and turn around. Oh, the Ricky Courier wasn't paying attention. Masons are right towards that Phoenix, and Phoenix tries for a deny on those Ancients, but Victoria will secure the kill with the impetus.
Yeah, it's I guess denying the courier is nice, although the items have already gone to Ame anyway. So it's not the biggest loss in the world there.
Nice kill out for DD though. Actually ended up getting the on XM on that sniper, but James, he rotated anyway, and he also keeps kill some free buff for himself. The top lane, SRF, finds himself in a very, very deep position on the Centaur and actually does get taken up.
Yeah, without the presence of James, you can't quite win out in the war of control, right? Right now, what both teams have is like 2 sets of stuns. When you take one out, of course, the equation is not equal. So SRF does lose out. It is a bit of a free reset for him now, so he comes back in fully healed, has a fresh set of tangos, should make his presence known. Oh.
DD can block. Except not really feeling too confident right now. Close to DD every single wolf around that long range race. Doesn't really feeling too confident to dish out a harassment when he does get nice visual like that. As levels go on, the base damage of it does to spiral. We have the 2 Wraith Bands now as well, so it'll be okay. Top RF gonna be chased down by Red Panda. Trying for a creep pull there, but Red Panda does deny that, and also denies the sound from SRF.
Yeah, it's a bit rough now for SRF. SAG is starting to find her groove, although he does find creep wave once more. He is trying to pull it back, but Red Panda will not make that easy. And at level 3, with everything up, it is hard, although...
Yeah, he has retaliated, he has move stop, and he has a fit. James doesn't want to take the kill for himself, so he will allow SRF to take it. And now James back into the mid lane where he wants to try and help XM out. XM currently being dived, but there will be a TP in from Victoria. DD waiting for the long range race to be available. He does have it, but the range bumps will save the day. Now the Fisher not allowed DD to TP out of there. He's just gonna have to die, and the will be split between all heroes.
It's a really deep dive, and that will set him back just a bit.
Bot lane, however, they lose Army on the Ricky. OP gone, Felix eventually killed past the 1 tower. it was actually the flat spirit burn that ticked him out in the end.
Yeah, they are applying a bit more pressure here early game from SAG. Like 5-4 is a much closer game than it was in game 1. So they're keeping a check on Ame. He's not quite farming as fast as he was before, although it's still pretty darn good. 24-6 doesn't quite match her Slaughter's 31-8. And in that sense, SAG has fixed some of their early issues they had in game 1.
For now, anyway. I do get a little bit worried though, like, once you've got that rookie online, generally speaking, we do see the rookies very willing to just start fighting once they've got a couple Wraith bands up, as well as the treads. He does already have those 2 Wraith bands, we'll have the treads out pretty soon. It's going to be a matter of whether he wants to join his team or whether he wants to secure something like the Fuse Blade first.
Arcane energies.
But I wasn't really aiming feeling comfortable just joining his like you're a flat farmer here on the rookie.
No, it's not too much you can ask from a rookie in terms of just farming by himself as well. It's kind of hard against the Mars, like early on, like you get speared like that.
Mid lane, Trapnel, Fish are all going to be in there, and it's a great rotation out from Victoria. Felix is going to probably kill off the Enchantress. He's going to have top of XM. Shrapnel, Assassinate, all going to fly out, and now Jane can... In fact, it was XM who got the deal with the Shrapnel.
Yeah, it's a great rotation so far from CDEC. They are really investing in XM's lane. So they have kind of just shafted Ame. Like, he's not having a great time anymore, but XM is having a time of his life. And he's actually going for a Necronomicon book on Sniper. First. It's,
Why not?
yeah, the stats, the push, the farming capabilities that can come out. Looks like CDEC does want to take it slow here.
I don't think it's necessarily low though, right? Like, it's still, well, actually, bot lane, there's a bit of an arena being dropped. They're trying to off maybe a great fish round from James, and he just jukes them out. Now, Felix died on the Phoenix, and James doing God's work on the Earthshaker. But what I was trying to say is I don't think the Necro 1 necessarily means he's trying to play slow, right? Like, he's just trying to escalate arm a little bit.
Yeah, but that does kind of slow down pace. You know, you're not going to have presence as much compared to like a fast Maelstrom. So it will most definitely be mainly farming. And the damage output of the Sniper doesn't quite shoot up. So there's an opportunity for SAG to outdamage them and really force a bit of an early aggressive advantage if they wanted to. You are looking at a Slaughter, you are looking at the Mars, a Shadow Fiend. These heroes do want to fight the moment they do have their team fight capabilities up and running.
Stampede, the chase is on for DD, and yeah, he's just gonna be surrounded. He understands, even if he had Requiem, able to get it off, which was around the area. Yeah, they paid no respect over to God. The Sun have been pre-farming this whole time, and nobody cares. They've just been completely focused on DD in that mid lane, and Red Panda now showing up in his own jungle. They farm him some stacks of Red Panda. Gonna find it the hard way. Assassin is available in this round from SAG. They might find a few kills out of this arena. It's nice XM. He is overextended, and now Jane and SRF are on the run. SRF looks to die as well. Jane's the only one who's actually able to get out of there. I thought that was an overextension, but it's a bit of a bait.
Yeah, they do find the better trade in the end, and SAG come online in that aggression that they can pump out early. You are still looking for perhaps an investment in the Requiem from DD, but he should be able to get that. He is approaching level 8, and once that's up and running, the only thing left is Felix's 6. So with the Egg, Arena, and Requiem up and running, SAG can force a lot more fights like that on more heroes. There's a big opportunity there, and CDEC, they're still farming. You're still waiting for Necro Book 1 on XM. You're still waiting for a Battle Fury on Ame, and none of those are coming out anytime soon.
Battle Fury.
Yeah.
I realize that's what he was trying to do. That's why. OP got Assassinate gonna fly out. They are gonna make the blink, and they eventually find the kill.
Radiant's top tower is under
Felix now trying to secure the boundary rune, but well, he does actually get it. He's right there from Ame, but Well, Felix was already Icarus timing. We'll try and find the secondary track in just a second. The team beats the beat there. And oh, nice Fisher. Again from James. That man has secured so many kills for his team already, being involved in 9 out of 11. But why Battle Fury this game?
I honestly would not know. We've seen this a couple of times from Ricky's though. Like they do, if they feel confident or if they want to play slow, it is the Battle Fury. It helps them farm. And again, it goes back to what I'm thinking. Like the early aggression from SAG is going to be so strong that you probably just don't want to fight into it and just wait out and farm up.
That's fair.
What a bounty!
It does still allow you. You don't necessarily need to farm to get a Battle Fury up on the Ricky, but
It's not amazing though. Like the splash damage on Ricky with how it works now is not that great with the tricks. I'd say it's not as valuable. The Fusel would allow you a lot more presence there. It's great. I think that's really it. You are still a bit worried about SAG though. Look at God King farming up. He is going for the Ags, which is great. But this is a pos 1 Slardar. So you're going to be relying on fighting near puddles or when you get that Slitherine Crush off.
Gonna come out right there with this pig. They finally deal with this slaughter. He is very, very sticky way out though. Can they actually get through the HP or commit the echo from James? That's not enough. Now, and they're gonna get chased down here in the vengeful spirit.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Get this venge. Well, no problems there for Armor. And now the setup here, T1 top tower, T1 tower. But the thing is, the side of SAG will directly trade the bottom tier 1 tower as well. So it's not the worst situation. Like, you don't want to lose a slaughter like that. At least you get something out of it.
Yeah, that's a bit of a consolation there for SAG. They have kept CDEC's lead from going too far. It is a 1k advantage for CDEC right now, despite the kills. So SAG is still finding their farm. They're still finding stuff off the map. You are looking at a very fast BKB for DD. Shifts out again. It's a Shadow Blade now for DD. So no Yule coming out for the setup. It's trying to find those pickoffs with a surprise factor. And once you have the blink on OP God as well, you can jump into those heroes and kind of force them into the arena. So a lot of options starting to come in for SAG. You've got the egg up and running as well on Felix. So this is starting to be the time where you expect SAG to be the aggressor. They need to start attacking CDEC while they basically have nothing useful. XM is still going to be saving up. Yeah.
XM is currently being watched right now. They are on the chunk yet. God King, he's going to be roaming around the raiding jungle as well, but let's make it more obvious to see that they are there. They're trying to set up the T1 tower, which still feel like they might be strong for this team. God King, to jump in, trying to do the Necro 1 minutes, but he's going to take a fair bit of damage from those as well. Now OP gone, Arena, only going to catch Victoria. Still be an important kill in the end, but not be the one you wanted him. He's not dead. He will find out, but now it's nothing with the stampede. Gets a move stop off. James the Fisher. He doesn't have an echo, but this will be easy cleanup for Arme. Does get one, and he should bump a second, but great spear from OP gone. James does have few. Away with this spot. They don't even need to just fix the trade and gets the kill. Even the Finch illusion.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That was the aggression they were kind of wanting to pump out, just not the proper way. They were spotted out by Necronomicon very early on from XM. But they still chose to try to fight, which was the issue. They didn't catch XM in the arena as well, so they didn't have control on the sniper, and you are seeing items start to fly out. The blink is now up and running on James. So our Shaker can get the big slams going now. It's going to be hard for SAG to force the clump up, because they'll be in a very tight spot as well.
Yeah, it's a very fast blink on that Shaker, but James is all across the map. He's gotten 2 kills already. Finding 3 himself with an assist. Good dance from this Shaker. Just had amazing influence. Now with that blink battle, you really be worried about And the fact that he's got a more peak on the core Mars is just even more concerning. In fact, he, surprisingly enough, decides not to the Shadow Blade, it is Blink Dagger.
It's hard. You don't have the yield set up for the blow up. I
usually
don't know.
see Shadow Blades these days, but
yeah, but how many successful Requiems can you get off with all stuns on CDEC Sun? Even if you blink in, it's a tall order for DD.
very old school. The simply brush. Very old indeed. SAG trying to put some end creeps here. Will eventually find the heartbeat.
Dire's top tower.
See, they have Stampede back up. I'm sure they're more than willing to fall now. Send me well. It's actually gone for an again build this sniper. Obviously, Red Panda now get jumped. They do miss the hoof stomp, but it's snake. Well, in fact, even on war sniper, you're still rushing mags. Go for some kind of right click build, but just not care. They don't need it. They don't feel like they need it. Good kill off PD by himself. There was a fish coming at the end to help out. You can move Arena now, trying to save PD, but I mean, he's gonna double damage from it. He wants to chase more. He will remove himself now, just farming with that fury he has. Meanwhile, he's sticking around and nice quick thing does allow him to survive. Just need more and more concerned for SAG as the game goes on, because God, he ain't got that crazy net worth anymore.
No.
He is getting close to finishing off his ads, but I don't think they're gonna make that big of a difference.
Yeah, it's nice, but it's not as much bonus as you'd expect. Like, it's fantastic. 12 armor, 35 regen. The burst is there on CDEC. They've shown that time and time again.
CDEC will have to keep farming. Enough armor is going for his objectives on the Ricky. I guess they might work 2 games in SRF though, right? Like you got the Earthshake just want to huge echo off, and I can see why the battle fury's there now. With the echo and the axis, the trade, it's just gonna they're just gonna blow people completely. It's just gonna be there. It's the trade to try and build advantage. Speed is there. Speed can be there from SR. Now the echo, James, he can't feel the egg will drop. And they don't be able to do that. They're still trying to put OP God right now, but he'll trick off through the high ground of the egg. It hits nobody. Now you've got to finally die to the assassinate off his head, but he will burn out to the sun rain. But will it matter? God King is also going down quite fast. You'll lose your Phoenix there on Phoenix. And assassinate, not enough to kill God King. SRF still stays to this. He does blink forward, but eventually God King will be out of range.
Yeah, it's still much better for CDEC. Kill on the Ricky is still pretty nice though, although majority of that gold did go to Feel It. Not the most amazing hero to throw that money onto, but I mean, you'll take it. Yeah, they were the ones who smoked out for it. Oh, no.
I mean, just it's a picture chat token set up from Jane. It's so confident doing that. You shouldn't feel confident as an Earthshaker that's into the game, but
oh boy.
Just doesn't put any kind of pressure to initiate. And now it's going to put even less so with XM as the assassinate with the act.
Yeah.
Now you've got that huge long-range initiation from XM. I call it initiation. It kind of is.
It is. it's that mini's done. It's just ridiculous, and well, it's time for some 360 no scopes. XM has been on point for shots all across the map. Oh, you have the Ags and God King though. Maybe this is the time it puts in. Maybe.
Victoria just placing a ward real but they missed the star. They'll still hit with the magic up at the top line. Felix is clearly going down. There'll be a stampede to kill him on. And Victoria gets away. Was it they might break out with another team right now, so he can't. Jump with an arena, a gun straight to the face. Swap out for he'll spy finesse, save. They just being surrounded from all sides. And he will die. Nobody there to help him out.
That's some decent punishment coming out from SAG. It looked wonky when they did manage to channel that assassinate onto the Mars, but in the end, they are a bit better off. Still, that was just one hero. CDEC was pretty fragmented. SAG needs to find a lot more of that. Isolate out CDEC, find these single target pickoffs, and that is one way SAG can drag that network advantage to their end.
I was wondering where Arme was in that last engagement, but it seems as though he really just wants to finish off the axe before he joins his team again. I don't necessarily disagree with it. It's going to be very difficult to do that in himself. We'll have it now after this big creep, and here we go, the fun big.
Oh yeah, James is right here too. They can just kind of go if they wanted to. Even SRF, they're all together, and you do actually see SAG smoke up. This is a really good time to reveal this.
It definitely is. They do have the high advantage though. They should see the side of CDEC beforehand, although DD linking up was that OP got it down. Nevertheless, they jumped back in. There's a stun on God King. OP got it. DD in the river though, no. He only got Victoria on the Enchantress. SRF Mentor. And Arme does finally jump in here, but Requiem is the play out of Arme.
What?
Echo aims will secure the team up for the team. It's not quite God King. It'll be a triple for the Slava. Assassinate, keep flying out. Felix does die and aims at the back immediately. Teeping back down to the bot lane, but it's going to lead to nothing.
Ooh, that is better for SAG. I'm curious what happened with Ricky Ame. Just kind of walking up without the tricks up. That cost him a lot. He needs tricks up every single time. He can't fight outside it. That's when you go for Battlefield Ags, you have no durability, you have no presence outside of tricks, beyond squishy targets. So a bit. It could have been much worse for CDEC. Overall, SAG is showing us that this line can get stuff done. Like, God King is actually harder to deal with than you'd expect, especially how spammable his Slithery Crush is. So, it does have a lot of puddles to play in. That does give him a lot more durability to stand and fight as well.
I think it goes back to the build floor, right? Like, you're essentially just a support sniper right now. All Tim can do is just spam assassinate. And he's going all the way into that kind of build. He's going for a Sanj and Yasha by the looks of it.
No, that's Kaya and Yasha.
Sorry, Kaya and Yasha, my apologies. And also going for the flank. So just it's not turning a support sniper essentially from CDEC. I think you'd call it, John.
Yeah, it's a pretty close one. It has a lot more farm. It basically functions that same way. You've got BKB up on DD, a smoke from SAG. They are not relenting in this aggression.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
There's no be there. CDEC, they're currently hiding in their own triangle. Safety in numbers. Yeah, gee, they never really find a target for themselves, so just go off that bottom tier 2 tower now. See, gonna do the exact same thing on the top lane. There'll be a scan out from Dice, but that's gonna be over the Roshan pit. I don't really believe they think the Roshan's happening. I'm sure they realize it was just a bit of a mistake as someone was running past it from the scan. So they're just gonna comfortably trade tier 2s.
yeah, you do see CDEC trying to get a bit of a push of themselves. They do trade, gotten tier 2 for themselves, and CDEC still has a lot more control on the map. I mean, their tier 1 mid is still standing at 25 minutes in, so they have a lot more control to play with. SAG, they are building up though. Like, you look at God King, I believe that is Moonshard coming in, so he can basically permanently bash someone consistently with his attack speed. That is a massive issue for CDEC. You would like to see maybe Evan Salber coming out here. You do have an SRF. There is a way to counter that, but they need to make sure that God King cannot perma bash their course.
Yeah, Jay just gonna maintain control of that red lane jungle. Yule's now up on James as well. Mobility, utility at Earthshaker. Kind of wonder when CDEC decides they want to, go back fighting. Seems that they're just comfortable farm up triangle area. XM gonna bot lane as well. They're kind of doing a similar thing. They're just more than comfortable to keep pumping up. They do have some big items coming out, such as the best one. They have it with BKB.
Radiant's middle tower
His smoke
is
come
under
out
attack.
now. Yeah, Panda, he does buy on. We just in time for XM to have his blink dagger up on that sniper. But FPG, they're going for a rope shot.
There are wards. I think we spotted this one.
The pigs come out, but the makes it really, really quick for this rope shot to go down. To get vision, they aren't waiting for enough James don't have it going. Oh, yeah, it's on the deck, but God does snatch the Aegis off James. Now, the CDEC just want to kind of run out of there. SRM making himself out. Looks like he is just going to die, although maybe his team backed him up now. It's flying through with it as well. Red Panda will die to Arme and SRM. He will survive. God, he's facing, but he is falling fairly low. Another assassinate to fly out, but Arme just not willing to make a jump in to go for the kill. We'll just let it go.
Radiant's middle tower
Is a
under
pretty
attack.
big win though for SAG. Rather surprised James could not get the right click off onto that Aegis. If he had it, that fight would have ended up very differently for SAG, and I think they should be glad that the Shaker couldn't snatch it. This does give SAG a lot of breathing room here, so this will give them time for God King to farm up the BKB. He is making pretty decent progress onto that, and once that's up and running, he doesn't have to worry about the sniper. It's you don't have to worry about that constant assassinate. It's not going to be an issue, and a lot of the control from CDEC just goes away once you have that item up.
What is the game plan for CDEC, I wonder? Like, at what point do you think they're going to be willing to really go out the SAG?
That's a bit tricky. I think they want to build up a little bit more on Ame. That's the key thing. He's their main damage dealer, really. It's all in on Ame. They've gone all in on Ricky. And you're not really at the unstoppable Ricky point yet. Mantha Style is going to be up and running soon. You want a little bit more. He has completely skipped the defusal. And I think you really just want that additional damage from it. Perhaps it helps out a massive amount for the Ricky. If not that, then maybe Basher, maybe Abyssal coming out on the Ricky as well, just to get additional control. Something like that, just to help you out when it comes down to man fighting that Slaughter. Again, he has a Moonshard with the bash. That's just so much control when he is just focusing on a single target.
Mid one going to be taken out very, very quickly by SAG. Just trying to make every little bit of use out of Aegis they have. And they'll go for the top T1 as well. No crit necessary. I have puddles. It will be clear, of course, but we'll just stand this ground and take it. We are almost into the game after all. About time those are taken. OP God gonna try for a spear, but from Arm 8 will allow him to walk in that situation again. Just they're not really willing to jump in at the moment because they're just going to continue avoiding them. He has queued up Davis now, no, so maybe just feel like he's maybe after the day they'll be happy to fight.
Yeah, that's probably it. They're just waiting for a couple of items here. They know that as the game goes late, they can kind of hold out. Like, again, you have a sniper for the high ground. The Shaker is always going to be relevant in team fights. Of course, Ricky can scale quite hard. So a lot of options there for CDEC into the late game. SAG, you could argue the...
TP cancelled on James. SRF was there as well.
My hoof prints in your backside.
And it will be... SRF would have just loved seeing that, and James even more so.
Oh, yeah, that's costly set of kills, especially on Mars. Has not been a great game for OP God. Still straggling behind in terms of... He did have a Vlad up and running. I think he'd SAG be a lot more confident to take these fights with having a solid source regen, but it's just not coming out fast enough. You do see the Kaya up and running on XM, so there's a little bit more damage on that Assassinator. I suppose it's 700 damage now, I guess. That's nice.
Kaya would be Asha first. I guess he does really... He's really kind of playing that support sniper role now.
Yep.
Not so much with the blink boot travel, but he's a sniper. He just wants to see everybody just get shots over and over again.
Yeah.
Up, smoke up. Trying to loop around that real assassinating flying. Yeah, they got SRF. They are go ahead and try to do so, but the peak and after SRF now being dropped as well. More assassin flying out, but the peak they all happy to chase this. But one coming out from chain, one getting hurt, and now are they something to he'll go Felix on the chain, trying to run now, but the
oh man,
part here on SAG. The one left is on the slot, and you definitely do. It doesn't help us keep hitting.
What a surprise!
That'd be a man. It's James again, John. I don't even want to say it's James is continuously setting up the team at CDEC.
Oh, he's gone. And to be fair, SRF did a part. He distracted the entirety of SAG. He forced them to chase him. To chase the Centaur because he was so low. Slumped up in the ramp. James just gets the biggest and easiest Echo Slam of his life, and SAG, what once looked like a very scary Slardar, is starting to fall apart. And he is queuing up the blink now. So he is going to have that. Oh.
Yeah.
No.
Up again. Easy farm.
There's the Yasha and Kaya as well, Mike. Not something too often.
It's flying out. People now in trouble. Put the shield up, but he's going to get crit. Davis is also available. Another fly out. Did I mention XM has a charm gun?
Oh, no, that is just no. That's not right. That is definitely not right.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That's not fair.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
It definitely is John. Now, mid-ranks down. SAG, but Assassin fly out again, and they just jump in and kick him out. That's the actress that is probably being used up now a little bit. Felix gets the egg off into. It's going to be enough. Yeah, it will be. Zame doesn't put confidence in the egg out. Maybe just turn around again.
Nature attend
Just
us.
getting mangoed up.
The cannon needs. Oh, my hand. The ammo is mangoes.
Yeah. Sorry. It's all up on the assassin. But he will not instead. And blink out. force Army back though. He's not really going to go any further. Protected Rax. He just pops them a lot of kills or a lot of lives on the side of SAG. Just really defend those missions.
Yeah, they are falling a bit behind. There are still a lot of opportunities though. Again, we haven't seen the biggest hookup of the arena, Requiem and Egg. We need to see that happen. It needs to come out in these defenses. Otherwise, you look at Ame. He's working on a second Daedalus. Just all the damage coming out on the Ricky, and it gets a bit ridiculous with how much he pumps. Even Sam. Like, even as it assassinates, right? They break up all the initiation. You blink in, you get shot, that's it.
It's starting to feel like a pub game, really, isn't it? God.
He has an arcane. It's You're let's get it. There you go.
He's getting out.
Oh god.
1 second pull that with the arcane. That seems nice. Seems balanced.
Oh,
that's all playing.
oh no.
For stop up, eh? And James look. He gives vision onto Egon, who never get it. Let's get the arena, but miss the and the down. Yeah, sitting from CDEC.
Oh.
Well, they're gonna have more for the G call. And there it is. He doesn't anymore. And see if they convincingly take 2-0 series in solid fashion.
Yeah, that is one heck of a way to close out for CDEC and SAG. Look, they've been running different drafts. It's been exciting. Doesn't